So this anime has managed to surprise me once again. When I say surprise, I'm not necessarily talking about some sort of shocking plot twist, but I'm talking about the quality of this anime. This second episode was just amazing. I'm just going to be really honest with you. And this anime kind of blindsided me. I wasn't expecting it to be half as good as it was going to be, but I'm definitely surprised, and it's a good surprise. But before I even talk about the episode, I want to mention the OSTs for a minute because there were like a select few OSTs in this episode that just stood out to me and were really good. And I know an anime is going on the right track when they have really good OSTs. So yeah, I just have to praise the OSTs because I definitely really liked them for sure. So yeah, in the previous episode, our main character ended up dying, and he ended up being reincarnated into another world. And the way that was done was really shocking. So that made everything about this anime just seem really cool to me. But yeah, he's reincarnated into another world, and he's really powerful. Like he just has a lot of power. Why? Because he's an isekai protagonist, and that just makes so much sense. But what's cool is he's hiding his powers from his family, and he's trying to appear as a background character. And then when he's needed, when he's gonna kill all the evil people, he just comes out of nowhere and he just kills them all. He just shows off his amazing powers, of course. But yeah, hence the name Eminence and Shadow. Yeah, he's just in the shadow, and when he needs to, he just comes from the shadow and just kills all the bad people. And that's just like how he was in the previous life. So cool to see he's consistent, and now he has the power to actually do what he needs to do. So let's talk a little bit about his powers. So he has like this slime armor and slime weapon, and I'm not exactly sure how that kind of ability works. I'm not even sure how he came about it in the first place. It just kind of comes out of nowhere, and we're just like, oh, so he just has those abilities now. It's not necessarily explained. Maybe it'll be explained in later episodes, but he just has this armor, and he can kind of get cut up, but not really. He just kind of reforms, just like a slime, and his weapons can just kind of take whatever form they want, and he can attack from a distance. So that's pretty cool. That just makes him really powerful. But yeah, I'm not sure what his abilities are. Is it like some sort of equipment that he found, or is it magic? Is it his own abilities? Yeah, that to me is a little bit confusing. Not really sure. He just kind of has them, and I guess that's just what it is. And so, yeah, with his powers, he ends up making short work out of these bandits that he ends up finding, and yeah, he kills them all with ease. Didn't stand a chance. I mean, that was obvious, but no, they didn't stand a chance. And he ends up finding this creature with the bandits. There's this creature, kind of like a sludge-like monster. It's all deformed, doesn't really have any sort of form. Yeah, he ends up grabbing the monster, and he ends up experimenting with it and just attacking it, I'm assuming, and using magic on it or something. But he's experimenting on it, and eventually, after a little bit, the monster ends up reverting back, and we get a new character. It's an elf girl. And yeah, and with that new character, we end up getting fan service because why not? Fan service is always needed. But on a serious note, though, our main character ends up naming this elf girl Alpha, and yeah, she ends up teaming up with him to fight all the evildoers. And can I just say something about our main character? Our main character is literally Ainz from Overlord. Maybe not literally, but the way that he talks, like he doesn't have a clue what's going on. He's just making up things. And his subordinates just kind of fill in the blank for him. It's like, ah, yes, you're right. It's like they make him out to be this kind of genius that he's not. And it's just funny. He just talks his way into success, and his subordinates just kind of buy into it. They believe everything he says. And even when he says something that's completely wrong, they somehow turn his words into gold and they just make it right. And that I just thought that was funny because that was the first thing I thought about was Ainz. But I do have to say, even though our main character seems like he's just making up things, a lot of the stuff that he's making up just seems to be layered in some level of truth. Like when he mentions the cult of Diablos, he just said that out of nowhere, but there seems to be some sort of truth behind it, and that the organization actually exists and it's doing something in the shadows. And it just seems like we're setting ourselves up to end up trying to defeat this cult of Diablo. So that definitely is interesting. Though our main character is making up stuff, he's just surprisingly saying things that are somehow truthful in a way. At least that's what I'm assuming. But yeah, anyways, our main character ends up sparring with the sister, and he's a little bit older now. And he does lose to her, but on purpose though. But we get to see this quick little sequence where he just is kind of like doing these semi attacks on her, just showing like showcasing that I could beat her if I really want to, and he does it without the slime armor. So his skills on his own are already strong in the first place without needing the slime abilities or whatever. But yeah, and what he ends up saying, he's saying that he mixes martial arts, so he's not just doing fencing. He's just mixing all these martial arts together, and yeah, he's just really overpowered. But yeah, later on in the episode, the sister ends up getting kidnapped, and here comes our main character to the rescue with this squad of girls. And he has a lot more girls now on his side. It started out with Alpha, but Alpha ended up getting a lot more people onto his side, and now he has a fighting squad of waifus. But yeah, the girls end up making quick work out of those kidnappers, and they end up running into the main kidnapper, and he ends up kind of getting bested by Alpha, and he just ends up retreating. And his luck is really bad because he ends up running into our main character, and our main character just beats him really easily. He just, it's disrespectful. He ends up saying, you know what? Before I beat you, I'm going to teach you some lessons, and then I'm going to beat you really bad. And beats our, he just beats the kidnapper really easily. And then at the end of that, as he's walking away, he has the nerves to just say, "Oh, he's pretty strong for a regular bandit." Like that's just maximum disrespect. But yeah, when that's all said and done, at the end of the episode, we end up getting this reveal that the girls that are on Shadow's side, they're just going to end up leaving him. And it's like, well, why are they leaving him? I don't know. That's the cliffhanger. We're going to find out next episode what the reason for that is. But yeah, that's basically how that episode ends. This was a really awesome episode. I definitely really enjoyed it. It surprised me a lot. Had a lot of nice action and a lot of showcasing of our main character. And I just really liked it a lot. But yeah, what did you guys think? Do you guys like this anime, this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, my name is DBC, and if you guys haven't done so already, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be doing reviews for anime such as My Hero Academia, Chainsaw Man, Mob Psycho, Spy Family, and other anime that are coming out this season, and I'm also going to be doing anime music covers, so definitely stay tuned for that. And don't forget to hit that like button. I really appreciate it and really support me. Thank you guys. I am signing out.